Hello everybody and welcome back to Student Budgets. So in today's video we're going to be looking at I believe it'll be our week 3 spending. Let me have a look. Is it week 3? Let me have a look. Yes it is. We're going to be looking at our week 3 spending for the month of August, which is very exciting. We're halfway through the month now. And we're starting off with a no spend on the Monday. Now, this week was an interesting week, but it was a good week. Really enjoyed it. So all the spending this week was absolutely worth it. Anyways, we're going to now look at let me just move the light above there. So now we're going to look at the Tuesday, and we did have a bit of a spendy Tuesday, but not too bad anyways. So first of all, did groceries. Now, this is going to be a very expensive grocery shop, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I spent £42.69. Now, I did give myself £40 for groceries. However, recently I then added an additional £5 to £10 into that. So I upped it to 50. So we're absolutely fine there. And I don't mind that. I also spent £4.30 from my treat fund in my binder. That was because Ryan came down for a couple of days at the end of the week and I wanted to get some little snacks in, some little bits for breakfast, etc. I spent £1.99 at Aldi and I bought some little ice balls, which basically they come with distilled water in them and then you just put them in the freezer and then they put them into drinks and they're reusable, which I like the idea of. So I bought them because I haven't got any room for an ice cube tray. So that just makes my life much easier. I also spent from household at Aldi £1.19 on some kitchen roll. And I also spent from my subscriptions, because I forgot to change it, oopsies, £5.99 for Netflix, which I don't mind, even though I never really watch it, so I might get rid of it. I am, however, considering getting YouTube Premium instead, because for students it's £7.99, and I watch that much YouTube, it probably would make my life a lot better. Anyways, on the Wednesday we had a no spend day, and then on the Thursday we did have a bit of a spend day, but not too bad, to be fair. Really not too bad at all. So I first of all spent, well, basically this is both coming from date. I spent £10 at the arcades. Me and Ryan both went half on that, so I spent £10 and he spent £10. And I also spent on date £4.95 because we had a little picnic on the Thursday, which was really lovely. And I just got some, I got some strawberries and I got some apple juice in just from the local shop as well. But I'm just going to take that from there because it just makes more sense. And I don't really mind where it comes from, to be honest with you. I'm more than happy for that to come from there. And I know, Ryan, you will be watching this and you'll be looking at the spending. Don't feel guilty. I enjoy my time and I don't mind spending a bit of money. There, I've said that. Anyways, on the Friday, first of all, I spent a little bit of money for my spending money. I spent, I believe it was just £1 on a drink. I might have spent 150. I've only got £1 in my record, but I might have spent 150. It's one or the other. I spent £3.20 at M&S, and I got some giant Yorkshire puddings, and we had one of the we made one of the nicest teas possible. And we were going to go with like a bangers and mash sort of thing originally, but it ended up becoming more of a Sunday dinner, but with sausages, and it was absolutely delightful. And I have no regrets about what we made. That was gorgeous. I also spent a bit of money from Christmas. The first of the Christmas spends have finally arrived. I spent £15 and it was actually 20 because I got it from work, but I got my discount. And I got it's from my mum. I got her a massive glass swan because she loves swans to death. Like literally any little thing with a swan on, she absolutely loves. So I thought that's perfect for her. We also, because I was at work on the Friday and Ryan came along and then had a look around the shopping centre that I work in. And so when we finished, we went for lunch and I spent £27.78. And then I also spent a little bit of money myself from Primark. I spent £18 because I have been waiting for the past like 2 months for them to get that Christmas, like the winter jumpers in, like that autumn winter jumpers in, because I like the light ones and I also like a little heavy one. And I got one of each, so I was more than happy with that because I was like, hallelujah, they finally got it in. On the Saturday then, I spent, actually this comes from my spending money. I spent £2.35 on a drink from Greggs. Ryan also bought himself one. But he paid for himself, which is really kind of him, because I did say I'd get it for him, but he's like, no. I was like, okay, that's fine. And I also spent for my spending money £4. I got some cupcakes. We got some Ferrero Rocher cupcakes with Nutella. They were delightful. We needed to be transported because we went to the beach. So I spent £6 on 2 metro tickets for us, because they're only I was originally expecting them to be £6 each, because that's usually how much they were, but they finally on the metro tickets put on under 21s, which I was delighted about, because it only cost us £3 for the day, which was really worth it. Actually, I'd definitely do that again. I spent on ice cream £10. We got 2 scoops each. I got Milky Way, which was okay, and I got strawberry, which was delightful, and he got bubblegum and toffee popcorn. He liked the toffee popcorn to an extent, except for that some of the popcorn wasn't like amazing in it, and then I think he liked the bubblegum. Then from the arcades, we both again spent a tenner. These were at different arcades, and when I say he won that many jackpots, I don't know how the hell he did it. I think he won like 6 jackpots. Like one of them was like back to back almost, and I was like, how the hell are you doing this? I won 1, so I'll take it. But I did technically win at that arcade, so you know, we got a draw, I suppose. And we also got some actual prizes from this arcade. This one we're saving up for something bigger, because we like the look of a karaoke machine there, and obviously we've been there before, so we're saving up tickets for that. But this, we actually got some prizes. We've got some little donut little donut plushies each, which were lovely. We also got some lunch when we were there, and I spent £19.40 for lunch. We got some sausage and chips from the fish and chip shop on the beach, and it was lovely. And that is everything there. And then on the Sunday, I had another no spend day, which I'm happy about. So actually, you know, I didn't actually spend that much, to be fair. When I'm looking at that, it's not that bad at all. So I'm more than happy with that. And with that, so far we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 no spend days, which is really good. You know, we're on track, definitely beyond half. Anyways, with that, that's the end of our budget there. Which I'm more than happy about. When I'm off camera, I will edit the weekly sort of like what we spent in the week, because I like to just do that myself, because it will take me for absolutely forever to work it out on here. But anyways, we now also have our little bit of our spending pot, and let me get my cash envelope out if I can find it. There it is, I can see it. Here we are. So this here is my spending envelope, and this is where I put all my loose change in. So from last week we had 2, 40, 51, so £2.51. That just goes into there, which is beautiful. And yeah, so that is that. So with this week, we'll have our normal cash stuffing on Thursday. I'm also going to have a little bonus video on Saturday. So we've got a lovely present of a brand new budget in the budgeting community. So keep an eye out for that on Saturday. And with that, have a lovely rest of the week for everyone who's watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Ryan, don't feel guilty for any of the spending, please. Thank you. And with that, take care, no you matter, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to check out the videos below, and remember to subscribe. Thank you.